Hey guys, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, I don't know what in the absolute shit show is going on at Bravo right now, especially when it comes to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This person who's claiming that they are the reason for all of the bot attacks on Garcelle's son, but also Lisa Rinna totally deflecting right now on her Instagram stories. This is just giving me a headache at this point, but everyone keeps asking me about it, so I'm back to talk about it. And since everyone else wants to talk about everything else, then why not talk about it, right? All right, guys. Well, before we jump in, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So it looks like Lisa Rinna has gone on Instagram and she's like, do you find it interesting that? And she starts going in about this whole conspiracy theory, which, listen, I'm about to debunk this really quick. She's talking about, don't you find it interesting that all of this stuff is coming out about, like Garcelle's son and the bot attacks, and I allegedly hired someone? All of this stuff is coming out around the same time as the Aspen trip, almost as if like someone was planting stories in order to take away from Kathy Hilton. And then she alludes to the fact that the producer for their show is the same producer that was on Vanderpump Rules when all of that stuff happened, which I'm curious what stuff she's talking about. But okay, she's saying that producer was the same producer. And she's like, I don't know. When things start happening, it just makes me question who's behind it, right? Guys, what do you think? Well, we all know for a fact that Lisa Rinna has been planting stories for quite some time. And I know this 1,000,000%. She is the queen of trying to plant a story. And I'm not saying anything bad. She wants to keep the show moving. She wants to keep the storyline moving. I get exactly what she's doing. And she maneuvers behind the scenes, which is kind of ironic and hypocritical because that's the same thing that she accused Lisa Vanderpump of doing. Did you sell a story? She's like, I've never sold a story. Well, I know that Lisa Rinna doesn't sell stories, but she definitely gives them. And she has also said before, I've talked to other people, I've talked to housewives about this. She's told them, listen, if there's a new housewife, she'll talk to them, and she talks to them. She'll be like, this is how you maneuver behind the scenes. You have to make sure that you get in with the right people and plant stories. That way you can bring it up on the show. This is exactly how Lisa Rinna maneuvers. So when she's accusing, it almost sounds like, are you accusing the producers of sticking up for Kathy Hilton and trying to get away from the Aspen drama? Or are you accusing Kathy Hilton of trying to get something going? That way it takes away from the Aspen drama. But regardless, I don't think Kathy Hilton would have anything to do with this person, this random person who's claiming that they're behind all of the attacks. And on top of that, I don't think Kathy Hilton's out here planting stories. Kathy, I just don't see it. And she's being brought into this. She just got doxxed again on social media. So no, Rinna, I think that this is deflection at its finest. Now, on top of that, the same person, the Patrick guy, was going on Instagram and saying that he was invited to the Bravo reunion. And he's really singing his praises, which is comical, but maybe he could end up going. I don't foresee this happening. And someone close to Bravo actually said this is not happening. So at this point, I feel like we're playing a ping pong match in our heads of like, what the hell is the truth and what's not the truth? I really don't believe anything anymore. But on Friday, this kid claimed that Bravo invited him to the upcoming Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion to settle the claims that he's made about the ladies of Beverly Hills. While he's been entangled in some of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama on social media, he recently took to, social media to explain, and he actually took it to the next level when he claimed that Lisa Rinna and Diana Jenkins allegedly may have had some involvement in hiring some of these bots to attack Garcelle's son, Jax. Rinna and Diana have denied all of these claims, and you can see he wrote, I have been invited to the filming of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the reunion, and I have accepted. I have been told this is the first time in Housewives history a non-cast member, excluding friends and family, has been invited to a reunion. I'm not buying it. I mean, if he does, good for you. They're going to eat you alive, especially Lisa Rinna. Seeing you in person, I don't know. When the news hit, it struck a nerve with Lisa Rinna, obviously, and she called him a liar, and she encouraged him. She said, bring it. She took his post, posted enough is enough, and she said, come on, bring your nonsense. Let's go. You are a fucking liar. My mom would approve of this message with a bird emoji. She also gave us another photo on her Instagram of her sipping a drink and flipping off the camera from Watch What Happens Live. And then Kate Arthur wrote, Bravo has just confirmed to me that none of this is true. No, he's not going to the reunion. Because someone said on Twitter, love Andy C, hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills at Andy Cohen, can you confirm that this clown was invited to the reunion? I don't think that they would. First of all, they're not going to do that. They're not going to bring some random kid and who's making all of these claims. Like, it's just not going to happen. Just like they wouldn't bring in the cookie lady from Real Housewives of Atlanta, or they're not going to bring in like the guy who was accusing Melissa Gorga of being a stripper. They're just not going to bring in these people who are trying to rip apart, you know, other people's lives. And you don't even know if this is true, what the kid is claiming. Who freaking knows at this point? You can't even believe half of this shit. This is wild to me. And for Lisa Rinna, I don't think that she hired, you know, I really don't think that her and Diana hired this kid at this point. I don't. But when she's going on Instagram and she's like, don't you find it a little interesting that we're going to, you know, Aspen on next week's episode, but all of this is coming out around the same time? And do you think the producers could have, like, you're planting a false narrative? No, that's not what's happening. But again, I do know for a fact, you do exactly what you're accusing them of. So do you want to talk about that, Rinna? Because it's the same thing. And it's the same thing that you accused Lisa Vanderpump of doing, of selling stories. And Lisa actually did not sell stories. And Rinna does not sell stories, but she has no problem feeding the big media bear. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So go ahead, comment below. Interesting. Go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're subscribed, well, hey, that's amazing. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Pacific, we have our interview dropping with Drew Sidor, which is going to be so much fun. It was, I mean, we talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast, who she would want back, who she wouldn't want back. We also talked about her marriage, her career, just everything in between. So it was a great conversation. I really enjoyed this. Check that out at 7 p.m. And then, of course, tonight, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And tomorrow, we'll be back for Hot Messy Topics. Lots to do, lots to talk about. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.